welcome back, my dear esteemed guests. This is, of course, your favorite crypto investigator, Lite here at your service. And today we are going to be doing a follow-up video on Grass, which we initially talked about all the way back in January. And in case you haven't seen that video, go check that out. It gives you a bit of important information on what happened prior with this investigation and Grass altogether. Now, I was basically contacted by an anonymous source who basically gave me verifiable information about the extension and a potential hacking vector regarding it. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. So a bit of a recap what we talked about last time. I warned you about a lot of the problems that were included on the Grass extension. Now, since then, they have updated the privacy practices to only mention location. It had all other fields here, including passwords and other stuff. And because obviously we kind of rose a bit of a shitstorm around it, everybody started to ask the people on Discord why you're collecting this information. So the video was effective. Now, there has been a new development into this story, or should I say two. Number one is that they have finally basically announced that they are going to be doing their final epoch, and basically the closed beta is coming to an end and there's going to be a token release. And far as I know, no tokenomics are being released. They haven't made anywhere public of the people who are involved with the company. After the first investigation that I did, the team member, or actually should I say a moderator from their Discord, came in and basically provided information about the CEO. The company was registered in like Cayman Islands, which is, pretty fishy. I don't think a normal company really likes to register their companies there unless they're doing something very, very fishy. But basically, the website is the same, and there's like literally nothing here in terms of documentation about the team or anything regarding the tokenomics. We know that it's going to be launching on Solana, and that's it. And that's obviously very worrying because it kind of shows that maybe there's nothing even happening or coming up. And so we're going to be looking into this security detail that was provided to me by this anonymous source, and this is totally verifiable because I actually looked at myself, and I'm going to be showing you how to basically see it yourself. And in the Grass extension, when you actually go into the details, what the extensions are doing, you can always like surveil the data and do a bunch of stuff. And they are using this technology known as the Cursed Chrome. And basically, the Cursed Chrome, as it says here, Chrome extension implant that turns victim Chrome browsers into fully functional HTTP proxies, key emphasis here in proxies, allowing you to browse sites as your victims. So somebody who is using the base software can basically access your computer throughout this extension, and that includes the things that they were collecting prior. Passwords, data, maybe they're stored data in the browser, like you have auto-filling passwords for this and this program and this extension, your bank account, all of that stuff basically can be collected by the Cursed Chrome. And this is on the background.js, which is the actual extension here. And as I said in the previous investigation, that if you were daring to actually run this program, it would be an isolated browser where anybody couldn't basically access to it. And here you can see in the mention of Cursed Chrome here on the documentation, the slashes mean documentation. Now, let's play devil's advocate for against my investigation. Let's say, okay, there isn't anymore the Cursed Chrome in the extension, they were using it prior. But even if they were using it prior, they still have the passwords from all that time period. And also, would you trust a company that is using some type of a tool or fork out of the Cursed Chrome? So basically, it is here in the documentation. And you just go Control F on the console and you can find the Cursed Chrome being initialized here, and this is where it means async function initialize, and it's basically initializing the Cursed Chrome extension throughout their own extension. It's kind of like a baked in, and now people can basically access your things through this extension. And this is like open source technology, so that explains why they would be able to basically get it. This is kind of was released by this guy, kind of like under the idea that people would be able to basically fight against it. And that also kind of explains that Chrome hasn't really taken this down. So you can run this extension and, you know, the cursed Chrome thing, that is, it's not banned on the Google Web Store, maybe it should be. But here is basically an explanation by a tech article. This was written back in 2020. So the hack itself, or the technology itself, is nothing new. It's been around for some time. Cursed Chrome turns your browser into a hacker's proxy. Cursed Chrome shows your hackers can take full control over your Chrome browser using just one extension. And they go kind of like explaining a bit about, here's a bit of a like image here. So here's the victim's browser, and they're like accessing the server, and here's the hacker, and the hacker is using the extension, and they are going to be accessing throughout the Cursed Chrome server to basically get into this and get all to that information and basically catch in all the data that's basically on that browser. So all types of private information and everything can basically be captured by the Cursed Chrome extension. So I don't think I need to really explain more here about this fiasco, like why exactly this exists or has existed in the extension prior. And when I went through the competitors scanning for the same technology, they didn't have it. So it's not necessary to sell bandwidth on this like a malicious style of a way. So this is like a massive red signal regarding this. And this, you know, this risk analysis basically proves that, yeah, everything that you have on this browser might be taken. Some people already reported on the last video that they were hacked or their stuff was stolen. It could be that, or they maybe installed something else as well, but this is a malicious extension. Basically, it is a form of a spyware, and it's against the policies of the Chrome Web Store. So I don't know why it's still up. I think we should maybe mass report it and, you know, talk about why Cursed Chrome is being run on the GetGrass extension. So what I want you to guys basically do right now is raise a shitstorm in their Discord, share this video to many people as possible. Let's get this viral and let's get some answers. Let's get the CEO talking in camera about what's basically going on. But I don't really much have else to add here. Obviously, there's no room for having this extension running on. Even if that browser is, by the way, offline, the extension is still live. So just to think that. So maybe you want to completely remove it to be safe, and maybe there's some virus scans and things you can basically do to prevent it. This website, Chrome Galvanizer, can like block extensions or something. So that's something you might want to basically do to help yourself. But hey, that's basically what I have to say. Leave your comments down below and make sure to share this video so we can save many people as possible from a potential hack. And all I'm just saying right now is that they may never release their token. They're just going to exit scam and use the things that they have stored on their browsers to basically steal people's stuff. But hey, thanks for watching. I will be seeing you in the next video. Cheers.